live. I always start this call by saying I never really actually know when I'm live. So I think we're good to go. Usually when I say hello and I say, oh, I think I'm live, but I'm not sure, that's when all the chats start popping up. So that's how I know for sure. All right, I'm seeing some viewers popping up. All right, good. Technology, guys. Oh my gosh, it's so amazing. Isn't it amazing to you? Like, I think most people on this call, I don't think we have too many Gen Xers who grew up, with the internet and all of that stuff. But like, to me, I never cease to be amazed at technology. That I could sit here in my studio in, just little old me in, I don't want to say rural, I'm not really rural, suburban-ish Southern Virginia, and be able to talk to all of you guys, like all around the country. You can actually see my face, and like, it just is astounding to me. But anyway, so enough about that. All right. Hi, welcome. Good morning. Good morning. I'm seeing all of these good mornings. Happy Friday. Popping up. All right, let's get started. Let's rock and roll. So many great things to cover today. First of all, if you are new, if this is your first time joining us, or if you are watching us on YouTube, my name is Margie Remmers-Davis. I am the founder and CEO of Acadian Accounting Education. And this is our weekly live stream that we hold every Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern, right here inside our free Facebook group, which is called the QBO Gym Locker Room. And I just realized I got a new pointer, guys, but now I realize that I have both of them turned on. So let me just turn the one off, because now I'm only going to use this other one. Because if you've been around for a while, you notice that, that sometimes my cursor doesn't follow me. So I figured out how to solve that by using a different cursor. So here I am. Here's my new cursor. So welcome to the QBO Gym Locker Room. This is your spot for hands-on practice using QuickBooks Online. That is everything we do. That's who we are. Hands-on practice, hands-on practice, hands-on practice. We believe in learning by doing. And so the only way that you can truly understand all of the features of QuickBooks Online is to do it. So that's why we have our live streams every week. That's why we have this Facebook group. Inside the Facebook group, when you join the Facebook group, you automatically receive a free QBO QuickStart course. Okay, so this course is going to teach you all of the introductory basic foundation stuff for the accountant version of QuickBooks Online. You'll learn how to get your free accountant account. You'll learn what makes an accountant account different than a regular QBO subscription that businesses pay for. You'll learn how to set up, how to navigate it, terminology, workflows, and of course, hands-on practice to get you started in the basic things that you have to do inside QuickBooks Online. Also, as a member of this group, you have access to over 100 free exercises, and those, everyone always asks where they are. How do I get my free exercises? Well, they were emailed to you also. By the way, that free course was emailed to you. So if you don't have that course for some reason, please reach out to support at Acadian. I almost said Fascinating QBO. Reach out to support at Acadian. That's AKADIAN .com, and we'll take a look at what's happening with your account. So a lot of times, we get lost in, spam, promotions, junk mail, and all of that. Sometimes you typed your email address wrong. Like there's all sorts of things that could go wrong, and we can look into it for you. Okay. So also, in addition to the course, was also emailed to you the link to the free exercises or directions on how to find them. I can't remember. But anyway, they are here inside the group. You're going to go to the featured section, which there's a tab here up at the top. Also, if you're on your phone, you may have to click the little hamburger up in the upper left-hand corner, but it should be pretty prominent here, this welcome to the locker room, and inside here are the over 100 free hands-on exercises. There's going to be soon even more. We just released a whole ton of exercises for our level 1 certification course, which, Joel, I did not get the link to that for you. Maybe you can find it. But yeah, we just released our level 1 certification course to help you get that pro advisor certification. And I forgot what that, and so all of the free exercises come from our courses. So we just built out a whole ton of new exercises. So yeah, I don't know how high that number is going to be, but it's a ton. It's a ton. All right, so that's the free exercises. And then, of course, you get a free exercise of the week, which you can snag by attending this call live, again, Fridays at 11 a.m. Eastern. You can also get it if you are subscribed to our product called the QBO Gym. Now, everything that I've talked about so far has been absolutely free, okay? But we do have a subscription product called the QBO Gym, which is allows you to get experience being a bookkeeper. If you have ever said to yourself, gosh, I know QBO, but I don't really know how to be a bookkeeper. I don't really know what I'm doing. If you have said, well, I got that certification, now how can I get an internship? Or I really wish I could just shadow somebody to be and see what life is like as a bookkeeper. Well, that's what the QBO Gym is. It is an immersive, experiential, simulated experience of being a bookkeeper. So you get to be a bookkeeper for Craig, our fictitious business owner, for an entire year. And along the way, so one of the things that people ask us is well, how is this different than how is this different? Oh, Joel's put Lindsay's got the level 1 companion course. Excellent. Thank you. I'm going to take myself off of being tiny here for a minute. Okay, so one of the questions people always ask us is, what is the difference between the free exercises and the paid exercises that you get inside the gym? And here's the difference. The free exercises are designed to teach you a specific feature, okay? So you'll learn how to, create an invoice, run a report, convert an estimate to an invoice, okay? So just individual features that you have to learn, and we put them there because those are the kinds of things you have to learn in order to become a certified pro advisor. The gym is different in that it's it's an immersive simulation. So you're actually being a bookkeeper and you're doing the exercises as if you were being a bookkeeper. So you're going to come in, you're going to do the first thing a bookkeeper does, which is to process the money that came in, and you're going to go through the bank feeds and you're going to see what money has come out. You're going to categorize transactions, and then you're going to do the things that Craig has asked you to do, which is maybe send an invoice or pay bills, and then every month something happens to Craig in his business that you then have to do that thing so that you can properly record it. And then of course you always reconcile accounts, you always run reports. The reports are almost always related to that thing that you just helped him with. So the gym is experiential. and the free exercises are feature-based. Okay, so that is the QBO Gym. Now, everything that you do in the QBO Gym is tied to your Booksmatch profile. Now, Booksmatch is just our dashboard, so this is how everybody accesses their courses. No matter what course you have, if it's a free course or one of our certification courses, the Booksmatch dashboard is how you access the courses. But if you are subscribed to the gym, you also get this cool dashboard that can show you how well you're doing. Okay, so here you can see Julie happens to be our leader this week. So she has verified 405 skills. They're broken into 10 skill groups. You can drill down and see on any particular skill group, okay, what specifically did I do? You can see how you compare to everyone else that's in the gym. So the solid line is you, and the kind of faded line is the average of everybody else. And the cool thing about this, we realized, is that this would be valuable information to people who want to hire you. And so because of that, we make it public. Well, you have the choice. If you're in the gym, you have a little open to work toggle, and you can decide whether you want your profile shown to outside people, so people who might be hiring you can see that. Now, what we do is we do rank you, and we rank you based on 3, as I mentioned, like Julie's on top. Actually, she's number 2, but I'll tell you why in just a second. And we rank you based on these 3 indicators. Okay, so the first one is knowledge. The knowledge, you'll notice the number here, 405, matches 405 down here. Okay, so the knowledge is your breadth of experience, and all of the skills that you have verified the entire time that you have been in the gym. Okay. But we don't want the people who are brand new we don't want them to have to compete with the people who have been in there for 2 years. So we created this other metric which balances out, which is called speed. And speed is not you can't see that. Speed is not how quickly you get through an exercise, but how many skills you can accumulate in a week compared to everyone else. So if your speed is high and your knowledge is low, you're still going to be ranked really highly. The other metric that we track is consistency, and this is actually the most important metric, is this consistency. And it came about because we developed this with a recruiter, and she said that her biggest frustration is reaching out to people who it turns out aren't available for work anymore, who already got a job or aren't interested or are in the hospital or like whatever. She's like, I waste so much time calling people, reaching out to them, and only to find out that they are not available. So she actually wanted us to put in a little checkbox. She said, I want your people to every week just like check a box, say, yes, I'm still interested. Yes, I'm still interested. And we thought that every week was a little excessive. So we made it every 2 weeks. And we thought, why just make them check a box? We can instead have them actually do an exercise every 2 weeks to reinforce their skills. Okay, so that's how the exercise of the week was born. The exercise of the week is its own course inside, so it's a separate course. The course is unlocked when you have 250 points, when you've earned 250 points in the gym. I failed to mention that the gym is all gamified. So everything you do, when you click stuff, there's bells and whistles and celebrations, and you earn badges and all this fun stuff. And when you unlock points, as you work through it, you earn points, and they unlock different things. So when you get 250 points, the exercise of the week is unlocked. You don't need it before then, because you can still rank up skill points from doing just working in the gym. But we had so many people beg us for it that we unlocked it at $250. Now, if you are not in, I don't know what's happened with my throat. Excuse me. If you're not in the gym, no problem. Come to the live stream and you get the exercise of the week here inside the live stream. And so that's what we're going to talk about today. I forgot to mention though, one more thing. Yuyi, your thanks for your comment because that helped me remember. I mentioned, oops, wrong one. So one of the things about Booksmatch is that you can link your certifications. Okay, so Julie here has linked her certifications, so I can click that. She has earned her Intuit is now providing Credly badges, which confirms that you actually did the work and didn't just download an image off of the internet, which is really cool. And last week, we updated Booksmatch to accept your Credly link. Now, we emailed everybody. Hopefully you got it. But we want to make sure that you know that you have to go, because everybody that uploaded the PDF version of their certificate, it's all been wiped out. So you have to go into your Booksmatch profile and add your Credly badge. Inside the group, Lindsay put in a great video that shows you exactly how to do that. So make sure that you do that. And the reason I picked Julie is because the person who is number 1 has not added her badges yet. So, all right. So that's it for that. Let's go to our exercise of the week. So those of you who have the exercise of the week, who are subscribed to the gym and have it unlocked, okay, remember that you have, in order to get credit, in order to get your Booksmatch credit, you have to use the exercise that's in the that's inside the exercise of the week. Okay, Joel is going to put in, for everybody else who's here live, who wants it, needs it, Joel's going to put the link to the exercise in the chat. So you don't have to have a subscription to the gym to join us. But for those of you who do have it, you need to use the version that is that's inside here in order to get that credit. Okay, otherwise it doesn't work. Okay, those of you who do have the exercise of the week may notice that there were some differences when you woke up this morning. I was up very late last night, adding all of these fun things here, but we are going to talk about those at the end. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with our exercise. Okay, so today we are going to learn about recording loans. So let's go ahead and do that. Joel has put it in the chat. All right, and here is our scenario. Wait, let me tell you first before we hop into this. Many of you know that we are launching in January a very special course called Bookkeeping Accelerator. Up until now, we have always just taught QuickBooks Online. We're shifting our vision to now teaching bookkeeping courses, but in a very specific way, that is the Acadian way, which is the hands-on experience of actually learning by doing. Okay, so we're building this bookkeeping accelerator. We have the wait list. If you are wanting to learn bookkeeping this is a bookkeeping fundamentals course, but it's special and unique because it's not just theory. You're actually doing it and learning everything underneath the hood, how everything works, how everything connects together. You will be able to pass the Intuit certification, bookkeeping certification exam at the end, but the course is not designed. Our other courses, our level 1 companion course, that Lindsay put in the chat, that is designed to get you your certification. The whole point of it is to guide you through. It's called the companion guide because it guides you through the Pro Advisor Academy on your way to get that certification. That's different than our bookkeeping accelerator is not the same. It's not going. You will be able to pass the bookkeeping exam at the end of it, but the purpose of it is not to guide you. It's not a companion guide, so you're not going to be guided through it in the same way. So the other thing, in addition to all of the hands-on practice, the other thing that makes our courses, like we believe, going to be just head and shoulders about over everything else, is our tax advisory council. So we are on the way to building exactly the type of bookkeeper that an accountant dreams of working with. In fact, we want to turn you into what we're calling the CPA's best friend, because you're doing all this work. You're going to pass it off to the accountant. You want to be able to pass it off in a way that they don't have to redo anything. They don't have to ask you questions. They can just take that and just get to work in their zone of genius. Okay. They don't want to spend time organizing what you've already done. Okay. So we're going to teach you. This is the first level in the path that's going to teach you exactly how to be that kind of bookkeeper and unlock what we're calling unlimited referrals. Like when the accountants, we're talking to the accountants, we have developed this tax advisory council, and we are talking to them to find out what should we pour into this course to make sure that it's precisely exactly what they want to work with. So this past week, we had our first tax advisory council meeting, and one of the things that I asked them when they introduced themselves is, what's your biggest gripe? What is the one thing that you see that I'm trying to get at the dominoes? Like, what's the one thing that if they just knew this one thing, then it would open up, it would just make your life so much easier. And one of the tax preparers that was on there talked about loans and splitting out principal and interest. So that's why I picked today's exercise. Now, I am seeing some questions. I guess it's just Tammy. So Tammy says, will we be able to... Why isn't that showing up? There it is. Oh, there it is. Tammy says, will we be able to link our Into a Bookkeeper certification Credly badge in our Booksmatch profile? Yes, indeed, that is coming. It's not available right now, but it is coming after when we release the accelerator. It'll be in conjunction with that. All right, that's it for all right, let's get started with our exercise. Okay, so here's our scenario. Renting equipment was getting expensive, so Craig took out a small, am I sharing my screen? Yeah. Took out a small loan of $4,000 to buy his own. He tells you he already entered his first monthly payment of $144.61, but when you take a look, you see he did it incorrectly. Darn it, that Craig. All right, let's see how to fix it. So what we're gonna, and I forgot to tell you that I did not finish editing this exercise, so please bear with me. I was up very late last night working on what I'm going to tell you about at the end. And so I had to rush through this morning, and I did not finish editing it. So we're going to walk through it now, but later today, when you access the exercise, you'll still get credit, don't worry. But when you look at the exercise later, then you'll see that the end part is all a little bit cleaned up. Okay, so that's it. So darn it, Craig, he entered it wrong. But the thing is, the way he entered it wrong is very, very common. Very, very common with business owners and bookkeepers alike. This is why our tax preparer on the council yesterday mentioned it. Okay, so not yesterday, Wednesday. All right. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start in the sample company. Now, if from your QBOA account, you go to the sample company, you'll be logged out of your account, or we just recently, you mentioned this in the chat earlier, we just recently discovered a way to load the accountant version of the sample company without going through your books. And you can do that. I should put this in your spreadsheet, Joel. It's acadian.com/QBOA. So if you go to acadian.com/QBOA, you can load. There are, by the way, 3 different versions of the sample company, and we do talk about that in that QBO QuickStart course. So make sure you grab that if you don't have that. Okay. All right, so anyway, so you can load the sample company, and here we are. Now, all of our exercises we use a software called Scribe, and you can add the Scribe. Scribe has an extension that you can add to Google Chrome. You'll see that it looks like this. This is the icon. You'd search for Scribe AI documentation. And if you load that into Google Chrome, then when you're in our exercise, you'll have this little Guide Me button. And if I click the Guide Me button, and I am logged into the sample company, and I'm going to click Confirm there, then it's super cool because it loads the sample company right next to the exercise, so you can do them side by side. Okay? All right, so let's go to, now that we have that, all right, so let's first talk about how Craig entered it the wrong way. Okay? What is the link that Margie just mentioned? acadian.com/QBOA. And that's akadian.com/QBOA. You might have to put the www in front of it. I can't remember. All right, Joel, remind me to add that to your spreadsheet of all the links. We have a shared spreadsheet that has like all the links that he's got to post in the chat, because I can't do it while I'm presenting. Anyway, all right. So what we're going to do is we're going to duplicate what Craig did first, and then we're going to correct it. We're going to talk about what is the correct way to do it going forward, okay? And by the way, what we're going to do, this cleanup, is a huge part of cleanup. Like, it's a huge part of that's like one of the things. And when you do your diagnostic review, that's one of the things you check. Are the loan payments split out? And then if not, which they usually are not, that's a huge thing that you then learn how to clean up. Okay, so we're just getting a little bit of taste of that. All right, so let's do it the wrong way first. Okay, so we'll start by entering the loan payment incorrectly. It's a common mistake many business owners and unfortunately many bookkeepers make. Okay, so we're going to go to plus new and then expense. Okay, you might get this little pop-up for the AI assist. If you do, just close it. Okay. Now, in the payee field, who are you paying when you pay a loan? Okay, you're paying whoever gave you that loan. For the purposes of this exercise, we're just going to call it bank. Okay, so I'm going to type bank, click add new bank because it's not in there, and then hit save. Okay, now in the category details, under category, we're going to type loan payable, or just start typing loan. And before we select it, I want to point out something. That when whoever set up this loan, Now, we didn't talk about, in this exercise, we're not talking about the loan setup part, okay? That's actually covered in the April issue of the gym, okay? So so you can go back and revisit that, and in that issue, you go back and you see that actually Craig entered the loan incorrectly, and then you have to go in and fix that. So, and actually I'm pretty sure we cover that in January also, because the January issue is all about troubleshooting and cleanup. So, anyway, so Craig actually set up the loan incorrectly. We're not going to go into details, all of the details today, but I do want to point out this one thing. And notice that it says that the loan payable is an other current liability, okay? Other current liabilities are for things that you're going to pay back within 12 months, okay? Chances are Craig is not going to repay this in 12 months. It's probably a longer term liability. So that's one thing to check. But again, we're not going to be covering that. Okay. So I'm just going to click the loan payable. This is what I talk about. What I just said is what I talk about in step 8 here. Okay. All right. We're going to type the amount he paid, which was $144.61. And then we're going to save and close. Okay, boom. That is the wrong way to do it. Why is it the wrong way to do it? Sometimes I make you guys guess, but I'm just going to tell you. So when I'm sure a ton of you know this, but there are maybe some of you that don't, okay? When you take out a loan and you pay back the loan, you're not just paying the amount that you borrowed. You're paying interest on top of that. Tracy's got it right. Interest needs to be paid, okay? When you pay that monthly amount, what was it, $144.61, some of that is going to principal and some of that is going to interest. Well, what Craig did was he said that it's just all for the principal, and that's not correct. So let's go back, okay, and we're going to see what he did. So what Craig has done is recorded the full amount toward the loan liability. This can be seen on the balance sheet. Let's take a look. So we're going to go to reports. Remember, loans are a liability, which is on the balance sheet. Is it on the credit? Does it live on the debit side or the credit side? We're not doing debits and credits today, but a lot of you guys I know have been with me. We've been hammering debits and credits the last couple of weeks. Liability is what side? It's on the credit side. Okay, so we're going to look at the balance sheet. And, okay, here we're going to find the loan here. It's in the liabilities and equity section. Here's the liabilities, okay? And here's long-term, which is where it should be probably. And here's other current liabilities. So these are the other current liabilities are the ones that go in and out, in and out, in and out, okay? So these two right here are sales tax. Here's the loan payable that was set up. So we're going to click this to see the detail. And here you can see the original loan was $4,000, okay? And his payment has now made a dent in that. It says, he owes $144.61 less. But he doesn't actually, because this was split into principal and interest. Now, the only way to know what it should be is, only is a strong word. There are other ways. But really, the best way for you to know is to get the loan statement, okay? Because the loan statement will tell you how much is principal and how much is interest. So you're going to need the statement, which I've linked for you in the exercise right here, okay? So here's the exercise, or here's the statement. I just borrowed it from the April issue. Let me make it a little bigger. Okay. Now, every bank is different. Every statement is different. It's always going to look it's always going to be slightly different. Okay. But here, typically, generally, this is, we put this together to be typical. Okay. So here is the monthly payment. So that's what that's all Craig's paying every month. It seems like it's the same. It seems like we should just be able to do a recurring transaction and boom, we're done, right? But no, because that 144 is going to be split. And here is the schedule. It's called an amortization schedule. I always have trouble with that word. And here, the first payment is split, $84.61 principal, and interest $60. But now the loan amount is less, so the interest that you have to pay is less. So now this goes down, this goes up a smidge, and this is the entire schedule. This is a 3-year loan, and so this is the entire schedule. Now you might be tempted to say, oh, look, I've got the whole schedule. I can just pre-put in all of these things and then never think about it again. The problem with that is if Craig pays early, okay, then it's different. If he suddenly says, oh, I've got $500, let's put it toward that loan, then he can put it toward the principal, and then this will all be discombobulated and recalculated and all of that stuff. So a better way to do this, and we talk about this actually in the April issue of the gym, like we hammer this a lot, is that there are multiple ways to do it. But when you see it in the bank feed, or you could do it there, or you can set up a reminder for yourself to always split it. Okay, there's lots of ways to handle it. But that's outside the scope of this particular exercise. For this particular exercise, all we're looking at right here is this is the interest and principal that we need to put. Okay, so all we have to do now is edit the expense. Okay, so let me go back to QuickBooks. Nope. Did I lose my report? So many tabs, guys. Oh no, here. There we go. There we go. Okay. So this is the page you should be going back to. That's what's in the picture. So I'm just going to click, I can go right here, click on the expense. We're just going to edit the expense. Okay. So we're going to change from loan payable. We're going to call this principal. Oops. And what do we say? 84.61. Hopefully that's right. This is where the actual exercise starts getting wonky because I didn't get it edited before I had to get on camera. So we'll ignore the exercise for now. Okay. So yeah, 84.61, and then what I'm using here is bank charges. You may not want to lump it all because bank charges can be a lot of things. You may not want to lump it all in bank charges. You may want to split it out for a loan interest versus other, bank charges could be, insufficient funds, or sometimes you have to pay to have a checking account, or, whatever. Okay. But for this exercise, we're just going to say we're just going to say that it's bank charges. We're going to say here that it's interest, and it was $60. Okay. So now we're going to save and close. And I'm just going to close the exercise because it no longer matches what I'm talking about. You can also use interest expense. Absolutely. The reason that I didn't is because it didn't already exist in the sample company. So yeah, that's probably a better category for it. I just didn't want to take the time to create a new account. Okay. All right. So this is still showing the one that I did before. So now I'm going to refresh this report. And now this is accurate. This is how much the liability, the loan, was reduced by, which is that $84.61. Well, what happened to that $60? That $60 is an expense to the business. And expenses are on what report? I'm not going to wait for you to answer. I'm just going to tell you it's the profit and loss. Okay? So let's go back to the reports. We're going to go to the profit and loss. And we lumped it into bank charges, right? So here's bank charges, $60. And I don't even have to click on it, but if I did, I would see that, I would see that there's nothing there because I have to refresh. Okay, so this is the one, this is the expense that I just created. Okay, that's the only one in there for right now. Okay, so that's how you do it. That's how you do it. All right, who has questions about the exercise? Because then we're going to move on. Okay, the main thing is you have to have the statement. Okay, you have to have the statement to be able to do it correctly. You always want to split out principal and interest. And if your business owner is not doing it, or is like doing it incorrectly, then you want to make sure and train them to do it correctly, or do it for them, whatever. Okay. All right. I'm not seeing any questions coming up because it is pretty logical. And in fact, if you are in our cleanup course, which Joel, I didn't give you the link to the cleanup course, but if you're in our cleanup course, then one of the things that makes us unique, there's a ton of other cleanup, there's a ton of other cleanup courses on the market, but we're the only one that has hands-on exercises where you're actually doing it while you're learning. So Corey teaches a topic, and then you go and do an exercise on that topic, learning to apply what she just taught you. And then she teaches you something else, you go and do that thing. And then at the end, you have a final project. And I did the final project a couple of times because, I'm the CEO and we're like testing. We got to make sure it's correct for you guys. And correcting the loans, oh my gosh, that was like my favorite part of the whole thing. It's so that was so fun. In my next life, I will be a cleanup specialist because I just love it so much. Actually, I have said that in my next life, I will be a reconciliation specialist because I just love reconciling so much. All right, Joel has put a link to the cleanup course off. Awesome. Stephanie says the final project in the cleanup course is a game changer. All right, Stephanie. I'm glad you feel that way. I think so too. Like nobody else has that. So it's pretty awesome. Jonathan is asking, can you set up an automated loan like in Quicken? And the answer is no. QBO does not have that. All right, so another thing that comes with the exercise of the week is a marketing prompt. Okay, so that's right. I have also claimed that my next niche will be food trucks. I have so many guys. I've said this before that I have so many things that I want to do in my life. Like I could live 10 lifetimes and not get everything done that I want to do. Yes, I'm going to be a bookkeeper for food trucks, and I'm going to be a specialist in cleanup, and I'm going to be a specialist in reconciliation, and I'm so anyway, yes. All right, let's talk about the marketing prompt. So you guys have all heard that, unless you're under a rock, you've all heard that the way to you've all heard that the way to market yourself and to get exposure is to post on social media. Like everyone's telling you, oh, you got to post on social media. You got to post on social media. But what we found is that people have said, I don't know what to say. And so we have now it is built into the gym to that as you go through the gym, you earn marketing prompts, okay? And you work through something and then we give you a marketing prompt that says, hey, you just learned whatever. Now you can post about this on social media. So we decided to add marketing prompts for the exercise of the week. Also, the benefit being that those of you who come to the live stream and get the free exercise of the week, get the free marketing prompt. Okay, so here's the marketing prompt for today. We are now calling them QBO Quick Tips. And so here's what you would post on LinkedIn or Facebook or whatever. QBO Quick Tip. If you have taken out a loan, you know that you're going to have to pay back more than you borrowed. You also probably know that each payment partially pays back the loan and partially pays the interest on that loan. But do you know how to properly record it in QuickBooks Online? If you don't, you're missing out on important reporting that could result in paying more taxes than you owe. Why is that? Because the interest that you're paying is a deduction. Okay? It reduces your profit. All right. I'm not a tax professional. Don't listen to me. I'm just saying. All right. And you certainly don't want that. Let's get together so I can show you how to do it correctly, or even better, let me do it for you. Okay? So this is your QBO. This is your QBO Quick Tip. This is what we're going to recommend that you post in social media to get, awareness. This is a skill that you know how to do. Now we want you to go out and share your expertise. Now, here's the exciting thing that I wanted to share with you. This is why I was up until past midnight last night, getting all of this ready for you guys. So you may have heard us talking about, we kind of started this as an experiment in September. We saw that people really, no matter how much I taught people what they needed to do. Gosh, I gotta get bigger here. I'm so tiny. Okay. No matter how much we taught people, what they needed to do to use the marketing prompts to get out there and share their business, people were still a little lost and confused. They're like, I don't really know what I'm doing and all the technology and all of that stuff. So back in September, we started a cohort to help people put into practice the things that we were teaching them. So you put them into practice in a group. So you're all cheering each other on. You're all developing relationships and helping each other. Okay. And not only, and we also included a way for you to start edging out of your comfort zone to feel more comfortable putting yourself out there, and to basically get over yourself, to get over yourself and take action. So I am happy to announce that we are now starting a Getting Clients cohort every single month. Okay, so you can sign up right now to be part of this group that is going to not only we're going to hold your hand, we're going to teach you exactly what you need to do, how to use those marketing prompts, who to reach out to, what to say, how to get over yourself. We're going to be holding your hand, teaching you how to do this, and we're going to guarantee that you get at least one diagnostic review or client conversation, whatever, by the end of the month, or your money back, 100% of your money back. You do what we tell you. If you do not land a diagnostic review, then we'll give you your money back. Okay. So, so Joel has put the link to the cohort in there, but here's the thing you may have noticed in your account already. If you are if you are a subscriber to the gym, then as you work through the gym, remember I said you earn marketing prompts? Well, you're also going to earn coupons for the Getting Clients cohort. So whenever you are ready, you can start it. Okay, so you'll see these things start popping up so that you can have a coupon to be able to then go and join the cohort whenever you're ready. There's you earn a coupon at 3 months, 6 months, and a year. And by the way, I should say that is the gym is a full year of experience, but it doesn't take you a year to get through it. It takes about 42 real-time hours. So you can get so you can get a year's worth of experience in about 42 real-time hours. We give you a certificate and everything that says you have a year of experience, and then you can hop over to the Getting Clients cohort, and you can use the marketing prompts to then actually start getting people to talk to. Now, we can't guarantee that you're going to land the client because we don't know, we don't know you. We can't control the client, but what we can control is the action and the process to land the conversation. Okay, so Joel has put the link in the chat. It's also, it is also in, it's now the link to the Getting Close. So whenever you're ready to join the cohort, if you want to start January off, you can join right now. And every time, so now that the link to the Getting Clients cohort is available in the gym, it's like with your marketing prompts, you now have a link. That's where you earn the coupons. It's also available in the exercise of the week, so you can have the link there always whenever you're ready to really get started and really start getting clients. And just a couple of quotes that I pulled out. There's more at the bottom, but the ones I pulled out, Heidi Miller Ford, sometimes she's on this call. Sometimes these people are on the call. She was in one of our cohorts. She got her first diagnostic review by doing it. Patricia Fox had 2 people reach out to set up an appointment with her. And Veronica did her daily reach out, which is, part of the methodology that we teach. She, within seconds, she got a reply and with somebody that she could assist. Okay. So I will, oh, dang it. Why do I keep doing that? What was I going to say about this? The methodology that we teach, okay. All right. So the methodology that we teach is called the 3-2-1 method. And I do have a video out there on YouTube already, but we have modified that quite a bit. And I just recorded this past week a brand new version. So I'm going to be editing that up and getting it posted in the next couple of weeks. So if you're not ready to join the cohort, but you still want the instructions on how to do your marketing, you'll have that available. The difference is the community, right? Is you can do it on your own, or you can do it in a group with encouragement, everybody rallying each other on, as well as additional instruction on how to set up some of the things. Okay, so let me address some of the things that are in the chat. All right, so Holly says, where do you find the coupons? Lindsay already answered this, but it's on the marketing prompts page. So every time you go, at the end of every section, so it's, your cool down or your warm-ups or like whatever, at the end of that, there's always that link to get your marketing prompts for that section. That's the page where you'll find it. So I'm so glad you asked this question, because I should have mentioned this, is that you don't have to have all your certifications. You do have to have level 1 certification. The reason is that our entire marketing focus is on positioning you as a QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor. You're going to be using the fact that you are a QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor throughout your marketing efforts. So, you need to be, I would expect that you would be honest and ethical and actually be a QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor before you go around telling people you're one. Okay. So, and I expect you to have integrity. So yes, we do require that you have your level 1 certification before joining the cohort. And in fact, Lindsay, I was going to put in a thing that checked to see if they were certified, and then gives them a message if they're not. Did I actually do that? I can't remember. If you could make a note, Lindsay, and so remind me to check to see if I added that. I'm thinking maybe I just thought it. So, anyway, so, Lindsay says they were added late last night. And by the way, for those of you who don't know Lindsay, she is our program manager for the cohort, and she's the one that's going to be guiding you through the program. All right, what other questions do you have? Lindsay says maybe you dreamed it. Maybe I did. Okay. So, so Holly, that's where you find it. Brittany says, I just wanted to thank you for mentioning how to get the Guide Me Scribe extension. I'd been wondering how you were all able to do this. It's very helpful. Awesome. What I've been meaning to do is Lindsay, if you could make a note about this too, is that we should put, Jen put together an exercise that shows you how to load the extension. We should put that in the course somewhere. I just had her do it for something else, but we should put that in the course somewhere so that people know, and maybe in the Welcome to the Locker Room post. Anyway, Stephanie says she's amazing, and I'm pretty sure she's talking about Lindsay because Lindsay is indeed amazing. All right, let's see. What other questions do I have in the chat? So the link to the Getting Clients cohort, Joel has put it in the chat here. Oh, an important thing. If you already have the cleanup, then you don't need the gym or the coupons. You automatically, if you are already a member of the cleanup, then you get $100 off joining the cohort. Okay, so all you have to do is, if that's you, all you have to do is write into support@acadian.com, and we will add it to the credit card on file. So like whatever you use to pay for the cleanup, we will add the cohort to it. I should mention, by the way, did I talk about this already? Maybe I did, guys. I didn't get much sleep last night. So the cleanup course is how you learn to do a diagnostic review. In that course, you're going to learn to go into a set of books and identify what is wrong with it. You're going to learn how to present your findings to the business owner in a way that makes them understand your value, and almost everyone signs up. Like Corey has like a ridiculously, like a 95-99% sign up rate because of the way that she presents the findings, and she teaches you how to do that. And of course, because this is Acadian, you get to practice it. You get to practice doing a diagnostic review. You get to practice presenting your findings, and the group, the group gets to like give you feedback on that. So that's all part of it, in addition to actually doing the cleanup itself. Okay, so you learn that, you get the client, then you go and you actually do the cleanup, and of course, hands-on practice for all of that. Okay. So the marketing, so the Getting Clients cohort is specifically designed to get you to the point where you do the diagnostic review, and then we expect you to take it from there. If you are in the cleanup, you know how to do that. If you're not in the cleanup though, and you can't, afford it at this time or whatever, there's so many resources out there. There's free resources, other people teaching it for less money than us. There's other ways that you can learn how to do that diagnostic review or client consultation. Okay. So don't worry about being in the cohort if you don't know how to do that, because that's freely available out there. All right. What else? Is there anything else that I am missing? I think we're done. I think I have actually managed to end our live stream at a decent hour. So what other questions do you have for me that I can answer? Oh my goodness, I needed to scroll. All right, yes. Oh, Dorada says, Lindsay is amazing. Always ready to reply no matter the crazy hours or even crazier questions. Yeah, I mentioned that I was up very late last night. Guess who was up with me? Okay, let's see. Oh, yes, Tony, this is an excellent question. Are you still on pace for the release of the 2025 QBO Advanced Pro Advisor certification? So Advanced is now level 2. But yes, we previously announced that would be available no later than January 1st. We are ahead of schedule, so we think that might be released around Christmas time. So check your email, guys, because we are all the time giving you updates and filling you in on that. And there is going to be a discount, a pre-release discount of the level 2 coming up. We didn't have it ready for today's newsletter, but watch your email box, because for those of you who are waiting for level 2, we'll have that pre-release discount coming up in the next couple of days. So speaking of email, make sure 2 things. Okay, make sure that you are getting our emails. Okay, so we get so many people who ask questions or reach out to us, or whatever, about things that we have covered extensively in the in our newsletter. Okay, so we have a newsletter that comes out every Friday morning, and we cover all of this information. So we have a ton of people who ask questions about things that have been covered. I understand if you miss like a newsletter, but when we cover it like issue after issue after issue, then it makes me think that you're not actually getting the newsletters. So make sure that you're getting them. A lot of times Gmail, for whatever, tells you that we're spam. We're not. We don't send unsolicited emails to people. Okay, if you're on our newsletter, if you're on our list, that means you signed up for a course, you joined the locker room, you downloaded our PDF. Okay, you interacted with us. That's how we know who you are. So check your spam, your promotions folder. Make sure that you're actually getting those. And if you don't want to get them, that's fine. I don't take it personally. It's fine. It's fine. Just click unsubscribe at the bottom. Note that at the bottom of the email, there's 2 things you can do. One is you can control which emails you receive. Okay, so if you say, oh, well, I want the weekly newsletter, but I don't want to be notified of sales and promotions and stuff. Okay, great. We'll just send you the newsletter. Or maybe it's the reverse. Okay, so you have preferences where you can control the type of email. We always say on the email what type of email this is, so you know if you want to do it. If you click the unsubscribe that's at the bottom of the email, then that unsubscribes. We are not allowed to email you ever again. Okay, that includes support. So if you have our courses and you have unsubscribed, and you have a question about the course, we can't respond to your question because you unsubscribed. So that's the unsubscribe at the bottom. Your email server at the top, now all email services now say, like, this is from a mailing list. Do you want to unsubscribe? If you use that unsubscribe at the top, then we get dinged. We get points against us for you using that. And it's unfortunate because you guys don't, like, you're not notified of that. Like, you don't know that when you click that little one at the top, that means that you're saying that the person who sent this to you, was bad or wrong in some way. So just so you know, just so you know. Okay, let me go back to the chat. All right, so Brenda said, this is a real cleanup course. Yes, it is, because you're actually really cleaning things up. Oh, I wish you would tell me how to pronounce your name. Mayan. What's Bookkeeping Accelerator and Cohort different? How are they different? They are nothing. There's nothing similar about them. So let me talk about the cohort first. The cohort is a group of people who together are going out, learning how to get clients. Okay, we're going to teach you everything that all of the setup stuff, which, by the way, you should, if you're thinking about doing this for January, you need to sign up before January, because there's pre-work, there's like stuff that you have to do to get ready, and then we actually get going on January 6th is the first day. That's the first Monday in January. So you have until then to like get all your pre-stuff going. But then as a group, you're going to be working together, and you're all going to be promoting yourselves and working to get outside of your comfort zone, celebrating each other, and it's all about marketing yourself. That's the cohort. The Bookkeeping Accelerator is a bookkeeping fundamentals course. You're learning bookkeeping and accounting, but you're learning it the Acadian way, which is to do it, to learn by doing. So it's not just theory. It's not just, knowledge. You're not just watching videos and answering questions about it, but you're actually doing it, and you're actually seeing how things relate to one another. So like we did in the exercise today, where we're like, okay, I made this loan payment. How does that affect the liability on the report? So you're going to be tying everything that you do back to that. So the Bookkeeping Accelerator and the cohort, entirely different things. Okay. Yes, the email this morning said it's going to be released early. She's talking about the level 2. Yes. So Holly says, I have joined the cleanup course. You get $100 off the cohort. Yes, you do. So to claim that, write to support@acadian.com. That's AKADIAN. And we'll just add it to like whatever you use to pay for the cleanup course. We'll just add it to there. Yep. Brittany says the cleanup course is definitely worth the money. Woohoo. I'm glad you feel that way. Jonathan said, you're recovering from surgery. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you're okay. Is it just for January? I can do it in February. Yes, you can. It's repeated. It's going to be repeated every month, but you cannot yet sign up for the February one. So you'll have to wait. Right now you can only sign up for the January one. Once January starts, you'll have the option to sign up for February or join January late. Now, if you join late, we can't guarantee your results. Remember I said in the beginning is that we guarantee that you will land a client conversation, and if you don't, then we'll give you your money back, okay? But that's only if you participate the entire month. So if you can't participate the entire month of January, it's best to do it in February. All right. Thank you, Tracy, for your comments. All right, there is a discount being in cleanup. There is a discount for being in the cleanup course. I can't remember. Oh, yeah, it's $100 off. Oh, Chris, I'm so glad to hear that you like the newsletters. We put a lot of work into those because there's so much information to relay. You know, I am conflicted. I am conflicted about the newsletter because, as many of you know, the reason that I started this company is because I am not a good reader. And Intuit was making us learn QuickBooks Online just by reading what is effectively an online textbook. And I just really, really struggled because I learned by doing. And so this whole company was founded on not reading. Everything you do is that's why we're video based and interactive. We have all these interactive exercises. It's why we want you to learn by doing. Okay. Um, and so the newsletters are a lot of words. And so I'm conflicted because on the one hand, I need to get you that information. And on the other hand, I'm like, I don't want them to have to read so much. Okay. Rain, is there a deadline date to sign up for the January cohort? You can join anytime, but like I said, we can't guarantee. If you join in the middle of the month, we can't guarantee. So you should join now so that you can get your pre-work done and then be ready to go for it actually starts. All right. Dorada, for some reason I'm getting your emails less and less. I don't know what to say about that. You could write into support@acadian.com and we can take a look at your account. But if you're getting some, then that means you have, settings set up. Okay, check your spam folder. Yes. Yes. Yeah. So to get the $100 off, if you have cleanup, then just write to support. I think I may have forgotten to tell Anthony that all those were coming. So I should probably do that. So glad that so many people are saying that they love the newsletters. Rain, yeah. So Rain is saying you want to wait to pass the level 1 exam. Okay. So just so you know, our level 1 course can help you get that certification in about 5 hours. Okay, so there's plenty of time. There's plenty of time if you're using our fast and easy materials. You will breeze through it, get that certification. So I don't know, Joel, did we ever find, or Lindsay, did we ever find the link to that level 1 course? So that'll help you. You can get certified. Yeah, don't drag your feet. Okay. Oh, Rain says she does have it. Okay, good. All right, good. So you have the course, easy peasy. Monday. I expect you to be certified by Monday. All righty. Mayan is saying, if you join the accelerator, do I need to join Locker Room Gym? Then so many questions. That's fine. I'm happy to answer your questions. All right. So let's first talk about some terminology. So the Locker Room is our free Facebook group where you have access to all of the free stuff that I mentioned at the beginning of the call. Okay, so you get a free QuickStart course, you get 100 free exercises, you get to come to this live stream and get the free exercise of the week. Okay, so that is the Locker Room. The QBO Gym is our paid subscription product. That's the one where if you have ever said that you wish that you could get an internship, or you wish that you could shadow somebody, if you just are trying to get experience being a bookkeeper, that is our paid subscription product. Okay, and that gets you experience using QuickBooks Online. The Accelerator is just about bookkeeping and accounting fundamentals. We use QuickBooks Online to teach these fundamentals only because, because at Acadian, everything we do is hands-on. Okay, so we want you to be able to actually do the thing and see how it's all interrelated. And QuickBooks gives us this free sample company that allows us to do that. Okay, but you are not learning the accelerator is not about learning QuickBooks Online. The gym is about learning QuickBooks Online, okay? The accelerator is about learning accounting and bookkeeping fundamentals. All righty, let's see. All right, Lindsay put the link to the level 1 course. So I think we should be good to go there. All right. So guys, I think that is it. I think I've covered everything in the chat. So great to hang out with you on this Friday. Next Friday is the 20th and the 27th. We are not stopping for Christmas, folks. So what a great time for you to, snuggle up with some hot cocoa and learn some QBO while you hang out on the live stream. So I think that's it for me. You guys have a great weekend. I will see you next week, and I can't wait to hear your success story.